So, guys, this is day two. This is day two of me taking you through my journey on solving mass unemployment in Nigeria, right? So, today I'll be revealing the business model, what we are trying to do, how we are solving this problem. And like I said, our very best approach for now is by producing valuable people to the marketplace. And how do we plan to do this? We plan to help young adults acquire skills, some skill sets, and at the same time provide them with a proven framework on how they can earn money online, on how they can land a gig by themselves, on how they can position themselves strategically, right? It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. And I've seen it several times before. Skilled people, they still fail at business. Those, in fact, valuable people in the marketplace, your inability to understand the business side of your skill set, of your technicality, of whatever niche you are in, it's going to cost you a whole lot. You can be so good at fashion designing, you can be so good at hairdressing or hairstylist, but still yet, you find it hard to make sales. People don't patronize you despite how good you are. It's only your friends, your family, your neighbors that know about the good things that you do, right? So here we are going to train you on some particular skill set of your choice, then show you the business part of it, right? And this boils down to you understanding the business side of whatever you choose to do. For example, now, those of you that have watched Founders, right? There's a part where Ray Kroc, it was part of the founders of McDonald. Go watch that movie. It's very, very interesting. You would enjoy that because those of you that have watched The Founder, there's a whole lot of things in movies. Personally, these are how I get inspirations. These are how I get ideas to tackle some challenges that I face, right? For example, I could read books, pick solutions from books, right? I don't just read books for reading's sake or just because anybody is recommending that, right? Each each books that I've ever read so far, before I started those books, there's always a reason why I'm reading those books. So there are different ways for me to pick inspirations from. I pick it from books, from watching movies, from watching interviews, a lot of things. But let's go back to this foundation of you understanding what happened in the founders. So Ray Kroc, right, is, let me just say, is the CEO, right, of McDonald, right? And how did he come about that? It was because he was able to press further. They're like two brothers that founded this restaurant. But because of their lack of zeal, they couldn't see what is ahead. They are unwilling to take risk. This guy is ready to take risk and is ready to franchise everything across the state, across the country. But he it's actually took him some time. It actually took him some time before he could get those brothers to be convinced about his ideas. But along the line, he came across some difficulties in trying to maintain the standard of the restaurants and trying to, you know, keep things moving. Things were going south on him. So the bankers were coming for his loan. He used his house as a mortgage. He used his house as a loan. He used his house to get a loan for the business, a lot of things. So now the bankers were coming for him. He was in deep shit because he used his house as a collateral, right, to collect loan for this business. And the only mistake they did was by calling his home. Instead, they should have called his office. Right. So he was very angry that his wife was aware about this because obviously he did it behind his wife. So he stomped to the banks. He stomped to the bank, talked to the banker and told him that why did he call home? He shouldn't have called home at all. Right. So while he was ranting, there was another young investment banker that heard what he was discussing about. So while Ray Kroc was about to leave the bank, he was already out. This young banker had to run after him and tell him that, hey you, I can solve your problem. He was like, okay. Later he got invited to Ray Kroc office and they discussed at length. And what was the discussion all about? And this is where exactly I want you guys to understand this thing. I want you guys to understand this thing because the solution, the reason why business is actually going south on Ray Kroc, the reason why McDonald's is actually going down despite this business strategy, franchising, right? It's going down is because he does not understand the business part of this business. Follow the train of my thoughts. I need you to follow it in order for you to get what I'm trying to say. So he does not understand the side of this business, right? He was getting into loans. Why? And it turns out that this restaurant business that he thought he actually has, it's actually a real estate business. After the conversation, his business turned around. New things were coming up. He was having branches here and there. He's now becoming popular. His revenue were growing back to back, back to back, back to back, right? Because of his understanding regarding the business side of what exactly he's doing. So, and that's what exactly we're bringing to the marketplace. We are training people on the technicality aspect of it and also the business side of it, right? And now our challenges right now is getting talent to teach people because most people are not really ready to devote their time to train people. They are looking for quick gain, and that's one of our challenges right now, finding worthy people that are really skilled that can teach people about their skill sets. So, and I think in day three, I'll be telling you what we plan to do to acquire talent. Yeah, that's what day three is actually going to be about. The deals we've set, what we are planning to offer to talent, and things like that. So this day two, we are making it. We still have a very long way to go.